we got to talk about it. Monday Night Raw took place. We all thought Brock Lesnar was going to face Bobby Lashley. It just seemed like their rivalry has been happening for at least a year, here and there, just facing each other. That was going to be the match at WrestleMania. At least that's what all of we thought. We all thought that. But now we got Brock Lesnar versus Omos, and we got Bobby Lashley versus Bray Wyatt. Tell me your thoughts on both of those.
Hey, none of this make any sense. You know how you hit the random button sometimes on WWE SmackDown versus Raw. You know what I'm saying? You just get some random matches spit out. That's what it looked like, or it looked like how when your rivalry run out of dates before the pay per view, it just gives you a brand new rivalry on the spot. That's what it looked like, dog. Like there ain't none of this making sense. Not a damn thing. Because it was like it looked like the build was supposed to be Bobby versus Brock. What the hell is going on here? And then on top of that, man, I'm finding out. Hopefully, this is all true, right? That Vince kind of greenlit this, but Brock didn't want to work with the Fiend. And I'm kind of thinking about it. Yeah, it makes sense. Because why would you want Brock to lose to the Fiend, or why would you want Brock to stomp? You know what I'm saying? The Fiend right now. It would make no sense. So having them face Omos would be a good idea, but it's just like out of nowhere Omos. And Omos hasn't been around damn near for like what 4 or 5 months. Like, we know he had a couple matches, but he hasn't been in a part of official series. And just for Bobby to get slotted in with Bray, it kind of makes no sense. What you think about it, man?
I'm going to say, well, with the news that you just let me know that possibly, Brock Lesnar wanted to work with Omos. Because at first, according to the internet, it was just like Vince kind of just wanted to, it was kind of like Vince was just going to take the blame for this. Vince wanted to see Brock versus Omos, and that's the reason why that was going to take place. But if it is that Brock Lesnar pretty much wanted to work with Omos, then okay, I mean, if you're Vince, what can you really do? If you're the creative team, what can you really do? You just got to let Brock, you want to be on Brock's good side. So you kind of got to let it happen. But to me, if I'm just thinking about it from a creative standpoint and from a fan standpoint and someone that's looking forward to WrestleMania, I am not looking forward to that match. Brock versus Omos, like to me, I guess the biggest moment of that match that's probably going to get like the live fans hyped is when Brock Lesnar F5s Omos. Pretty much like just showcasing his level of strength. But other than that, it ain't nothing to look forward to for me personally. I'm like, Omos is just going to get buried. Pretty much. Omos just lost to Bobby Lashley last year at WrestleMania. Why would we think that he's going to beat Brock Lesnar? He's not going to beat Brock Lesnar. So then it's just an automatic win for Brock, and I'm surprised that Brock will possibly even want that match.
I do. I agree because I remember in that match with Bobby Lashley, I believe almost had a bit of a slip up that kind of hurt Bobby a little bit in that match. So I'm very curious, man. But then again, though, hey, we need to make new stars, and giving almost something to do with a top guy like Brock kind of makes sense. But we got to see how this plays out because they already got MVP slotted in to do all the talking. So it's only a matter of time. But like I said, it feels like we ran out of time on the game to make the storyline continue, man. And so we just got a new one just out of the blue. We got to rework it.
And then another thing too, it's like I'm one of those people that was saying that I mean, I kind of got tired of the Brock and Bobby Lashley rivalry, but at the end of the day, it just seemed like the culmination should have been at WrestleMania. Like their last match they just had at Elimination Chamber, Brock Lesnar freaking got DQ'd. He low blow Bobby Lashley. You telling me their rivalry is supposed to end on a low blow by Brock Lesnar and then they just move on from each other? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like what? like the
Hey,
their
man. this backlash. You know how many matches have a low blow in it and then nothing happens?
I'm like, but to me, each time they faced each other, it was like there was no definite winner. Like it's been a roll up pin, which was one of the worst ones I've seen when Brock Lesnar won. Oh my god! And then like Bobby beats Brock Lesnar, becomes the freaking what is it, the Universal Champion at that time, I believe, or was it the Raw, WWE Champion? But basically, he becomes the champion. Brock ended up becoming the champion right again, faces Roman. It was like just things that kept happening. So it never gave us that culmination of being like, who's actually better, like who actually will win that match and won the rivalry. They never gave us that, and maybe that's what they want to end it with. They want to end it with, they want them, both of them to look good at the end of the day. But to me, it just pretty much like we was a waste of time over this past year of their rivalry, just for it to end on a DQ low blow. It's like, what? That doesn't make any
Yeah, it kind
sense.
of hurts my soul because it's like that's the kind of matchup I was like hyping up over for like a year on paper. Like I can't wait to see this match. It's not like what I got.
Exactly. So that's how I feel about the Brock and Omos and the Brock and Bobby Lashley rivalry. In terms of Bobby Lashley versus Bray Wyatt, um, I don't know how I feel about that. To me, I think I rather would have seen Brock and Bray Wyatt. I think that would have been more interesting. But Bobby Lashley and Bray Wyatt right now, uh, I just don't. I don't really. I don't think that's the right matchup to me, because Bray Wyatt, the charisma he has. Bobby Lashley doesn't have that same charisma on mic as him. So then it just seemed like a random rivalry. That's what it seems like. It seems like a random rivalry. It seemed like those two shouldn't face each other right now. That's how I feel about those.
Ooh.
So
You know
that
what makes less sense to me? It's like I understand Triple H wants to make WrestleMania smaller, but I'm like looking at this like, bro, what is we doing? Like we're just throwing anything at the wall right now. God, you know what would have been a better match, right? We could have just shifted it up. I would have much rather have Brock Lesnar versus Edge at WrestleMania.
mm, yeah.
You know, would have been a way better match if we just had Brock versus The Rock. But Rock over here just being unfit.
I think I would have rather seen Brock versus Edge, even though even though it kind of would just be random too. But if we're going in a random motion, then it's like I would have rather see that match. But um I don't know what they're doing with this. I don't even to me I don't know. As days go by, I'm becoming less excited about this WrestleMania card. I'm not gonna lie. A few months ago, last year, or even last year, I was super excited, wanted to get my tickets, and then now as time goes by, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know now. I don't even know. Wait, what you say?
Really? Saying it, G.
So, but that is Brock, almost Bobby Lashley, Bray Wyatt. That was the two matches supposed to take place at WrestleMania.